Hello everyone and welcome back to Cities Skylines 2 in the series of Moneyville. Well, the city of Moneyville, series of Moneyville, whatever. In the recent episodes we have been developing this downtown area here, currently called Beechwood Dale. And this has been great to raise the population. We've got a lot of services, high density buildings in the skyline, the city's skyline is looking great. But I'm going to take a step back for that. I really feel like what we've been lacking recently is any sort of lower density stuff. We haven't been developing much industry, although we did get a little bit around the port here. And overall I feel like we could do with just stepping down the density a bit, and that is what we're going to do in this area here probably. We want to really kind of bring down the density, and that's going to make it easier for us to actually build this area as well, because we don't need to cram a load of services in, get a load of public transport. It's going to be much easier to set up. Right, first thing I want to do when I'm building a load of roads, turn off snapping skylines, although we might not necessarily stick to grid in this area. If I just kind of slightly bend this road down to there, and then this road here, it's going to come in to meet this roughly a right angle. That was close enough. And what I'm going to do actually is I am going to bring this road straight down. Actually going to bring this road off here straight. And then here's a novel thing I'm going to do. I'm going to stagger the junctions. There we go. Well, actually, I know what I'm going to do. Actually, instead of that, I'm going to do this here, and this here. I'm just going to convert the other one. It's annoying how that snaps awkwardly. If we just turn snapping off for this, we can do this a bit better. There we go. That also connects a little awkwardly. Hang on. Let's just do this a bit better. There we go. Let's get rid of traffic lights, because why would you need to stop there? Let's get rid of traffic lights here as well, because I don't like them. But yeah. Right, so this area here will be a bit of a grid, but then it won't be everywhere. Let's get some more tiles. I know we're kind of doing this like at a weird angle compared to how the tiles are, so it's a bit awkward to unlock land. Let's just do it up to there. It's possible we'll also get another junction off the highway there that's going to run into this area. So this area here is going to be kind of gritty. This kind of side of it. Vehicles are already using these roads. I'm not entirely sure why they would be the quickest with this, but in theory, like fewer junctions, fewer stops. But yeah. I'm going to make this road here do a nice sweeping bend. And then go up here, do a bridge over the highway, and then I'm not sure after that, so let's just bring it down. And in fact, we could bring this road here up to meet it, possibly. Let's just do this for now. And this we're going to use to build another connection off the highway, onto the highway or whatever. Right. New milestone unlocked. So that's okay. I do have an idea of how I'm going to do this. So we're going to do that there. We are then going to bring that in there, and also from here we are going to, let's just change the elevation step a bit. Bring another road there that's then going to kind of do a bit of a loop. So that we can actually pause. If we just pause, get rid of that. Actually, we shouldn't have got rid of that first. Actually, no, the load will still be there, just to get a bit of 4-lane when these merge. Because I'm going to prioritise traffic from this direction here. Gosh, that goes 4 straight down into 2. Now let's buy the next tile of this. In fact, I'm going to buy every tile of highway and train line out to the edge of the map, because I would like to make it 3 lanes all the way. Let's just do that. So, let's just do 3 lanes into here. There we go. And then we will have a bit of 4 lanes there, for then a lane to come off and just go into a junction here. Then we're going to have another one, which is actually still going to come off this one here, which is going to that point there, raised by a 5. And then that, I've realised I have no way of controlling which way they go. Yeah, that's actually problematic. We're going to have to change these junctions a bit so there's actually a proper curve off them. That works. And that works as well. There we go. Let's get rid of the traffic lights on all of these. Yeah. So, let's just remove these. Get a bit more of a curve onto them, so they only turn in one direction. Hang on, this comes from this direction, doesn't it? So if we just bring this down to 7.5, down to a 5, there, oops, wrong direction. But yeah, there we go. Doesn't look the neatest, but it'll do. And then this one here can come off flat, because it's going to serve vehicles from both directions, and it's going to merge on there. So 2 lanes there, we've got the 4 lanes there already, and that is our junction, which looks kind of awkward. And also vehicles are still turning there, or allowed to turn there. But I'm not sure why they would, if I'm being honest. If we could just bring it down a bit more, and then there we go. Get rid of the traffic lights. I don't like traffic lights. But yeah, so oops, which way is that supposed to be going? That's supposed to be going that way. Good. I pressed play from right here, and they can all readjust. So some vehicles will use this junction probably. But yeah, let's kind of. So I might do a kind of a bit of a commercial area around here. So this road here, and let's work out where the grid's going beyond this. Let's bring this road up to here, actually. Looks to be quite cool to like stagger the junctions here. Let's turn off snapping to road guidelines. Let's turn on snapping for everything other than guidelines, because I hate snapping to guidelines. It just messes things up. Can connect like that. There we go. We can have another connection there. And what's kind of the midpoint? I suppose it would be good if we actually lined it up. Let's just get a nice strip. Ooh, yeah. That's why I should have just. Well, actually, we can. The way I'm going to do this. Bring us down by 112. Bring it down by 112. Make that the connection. Scrap that. Make this connect into here. That'll be a bit wonky there, but will work. So we're kind of getting a grid off this road here. Not as much of a grid as the zoning actually wants to do for us. Yeah, hang on, let's get rid of these 2 roads. I think I worked out. You need to kind of push it into here. It still does weird things, whatever. And the game's just paused. Right, it's going again. That worked. Maybe if we kind of. I mean, we lose the accuracy if we don't do it kind of from building the road. We can kind of eyeball it, and it actually works with the grid. So whatever, let's just eyeball it. And this can go into here as well. So, we're actually going to go for that one to cut across this road. There we go. And then we are actually going to connect that one. There we go. And then we've got the trams continuing down here. We'll bring those through the residential area. There we go. Ooh, that zoning grid's a bit awkward. Whatever though, it's fine. Let's just stop building grids, and then we'll probably... I mean, this will be a big grid here. See, that does not align at all with that. Let's just... I feel like this rotates off. I'm going to get rid of all of this because I feel like this rotates off. Let's just go out here by 112. Let's bring it down as far as here. Let's cut across. That worked as we intended it to. Bring a road down the centre here. And it's possible with this. Yeah, that's off there. So if we just bring that down by, I mean, I assume it would be a 2-4. It's 2-2-4. I realise I was doing 2-4-8s earlier, whatever. So maybe, I don't know. So that goes down to there. Well, that's actually probably just gonna... yeah. We might actually just make the trams run on the road a bit here. We can have this bit here as just for the trams. And then... just continue the grid. Just go down by 112 and then connect them. It doesn't go skew if. Could just bring all of these down to here, couldn't we? It's just a big old grid. So I have no idea if the alignment of this road's actually good for keeping the grid going, but we'll see. So let's just build this road here. And then connecting this one. You'll see here the grid is still totally aligned to where it should be, right? Next one here is going to cut across. What's happening there? I won't fuss too much about it, but that is a bit annoying. What if I do this one? That one worked. Don't know what this one's doing, fine, whatever. How does... Did we actually get that one perfect? Because that was totally unintentional. So this could do with the connection here. And then, yeah, there's just going to be a 3 gap, whatever. Right, so on the tram tracks, we're going to bring this down into this junction. We're going to bring it down straight into this junction rather than going off on a wonk. And then it's going to run down this road here. And at some point we're going to... I think this road here is a good through road to then make it take a turn. And go through this area here. And then the grid's going to lose it. So... could kind of... more interested in this area, what we kind of did a little road here, kind of roughly followed the waterfront here. Could do some nice waterfront housing on here. So let's just, it takes a fairly sharp turn there, and then we could bring it round here, turn there, there we are. And this is our nice waterfront road. So at the moment we're just doing a load of building roads. So... do we have some water issues by any chance? I think we're just sucking from over here. And it does allow us to build another one there. So, there we go. Do some more. We could do sewage treatment and water pumping in one, because we can get one of the treatment plants. So let's just... Oops, that was not intended to be straight. There we go. Let's just do that. Then we'll do that. Then we'll do that. Then we're going to get another road in the middle here to go to there. This road will probably come over this road as a bridge, so not too bothered about connecting that in right now. Yeah, this is where the grid's just going to totally kind of lose it, but I'm going to do here is by 64, we're going to go up, and then by another 64, and then this is going to go, I'm actually just going to run this totally straight, like there.
Citizens are advised to vacate any premises near the fires and remain at a safe
And this I'm just going to run perfectly straight as well, or as straight as it wants to run, whatever, and then we're going to lose it. So this one's going to kind of run to here, and then go into here, and then this one's going to turn like this, and there's going to be a road that comes down like that. We're going to bring off another road to go in the middle here, and that's going to kind of go up that way. We're going to bring a road up there and a road up there just to cover this area, but then this one's going to continue. We might actually even connect it to that little bit there, and then this one here is going to run up to there and connect into here. Right, so now, next thing, we're just going to bring the tram on its separate tracks again. Probably also have a tram junction to go the other way as well, but it is going to go, we're going to bring it down to here, because it's going to be a kind of commercial hub, so we're going to bring it along there. We might be causing the creation of kind of a bit of a tram loop around here, because this is now kind of, I'm sure some lines have come from this side here, Beechwood Dale, Downtowny, whatever you want to call it. I'm just going to run it out, and it's just going to terminate there basically. So we'll put a couple of stops there just to stop it from saying the tracks end, because yeah, the tracks end, but that's not a problem as long as you put stops on it. There's a crossover, it creates a crossover, and that works. I'm just gonna casually run this straight down here. This is just gonna casually come across here. It's like there's some breaking of the grid, and there's some where it just stays totally as you would expect it. And there's some where it's kind of a grid, but it's not a perfect grid, and yeah, whatever. So that should connect through, and we'll connect it to about there before it then it's going to curve upwards, and we're actually going to bring it into there. There we go.
Indicate a tornado is approaching the city, and
Something about a tornado. So is a tornado actually near us? I do not see a tornado. Okay, we'll count that as a good thing. There we go. This can start bending round. It's going to cross over the tram line, and we're just going to let that go in straight here. Some of these junctions might not be the best for traffic flow, but I always think the best way to get good traffic flow is just to not make everyone drive, and just provide the best public transport ever, make it free, and then no one wants to drive. It's like magic, but actually it's not really magic. This can actually just going to bring this down now. There we go. And then can bring another road in here that's also going to run parallel to this one, and that goes in there, and then do another connection kind of near the tram line. It's just going to run up and kind of cross over these, and then run into that road there. It's very good right now. We want some roads to cut across the tram line. Let's make that one go into there. Let's make a kind of cul-de-sac here. Right, let's make a 5-way junction there, which just for fun I'm going to turn into a 6-way junction, where the road just goes up to there for no reason at all. And then this road can cut across, then kind of go down like that, because I feel like it, and then we're just going to create another junction here for no reason at all, to go up to there. And then this one here is going to just take the turn this way, go into here. There are lots of junctions on this road. I do not care. That's going to go there, and then there should be a gap with no roads connecting. And then this can go into here, which is going to create a bit of a gap there. So we're going to do a road like that, and this junction looks horrible, but oh well. You can see how much I actually care about things being totally functional in this area, which is not at all really. Let's create a road down there, and then we're also going to know another one in the middle, which is just going to cut directly up to there. This road here is going to be a big road, which then decides to kind of turn this way for some reason, and then goes into there. This road is going to just cut into this like there. It's just going to come out and then connect like that, go down to there. We are then going to do a road that goes like this for whatever reason. Nice cul-de-sac there. This road's going to continue along here, kind of run roughly parallel to the coastal road. It's just a massive monologue at this point. It's going to roughly parallel into there, into there, into there. With that lovely tight turn, which you can't actually do because it's so tight, whatever. And then this is going to go to here until it gets squeezed down, then it's going to take a sharp turn that way. We then run roads that go up. So we're going to do roads that go up, which as far as there, because that's all we've built. And then that doesn't actually connect. We'll make it connect. We'll just make it take a turn to go into that junction there. There's a bit of a gap here. Let's get another road. And then make a road from here, go around to there. It kind of looks so unnatural that it becomes natural, this area. The road layout is just so all over the place that it actually doesn't look too bad, I think. But you're allowed to disagree with me. That actually will connect not too bad into there. That can create another road there. And then going to just do another road that kind of follows the tram tracks up to there, and another road that kind of goes through this area here, and then goes to the tram track junction here. That's lovely. Lovely area. Right. New district, which we're going to create off this one, which is going to make it go out into the water, because I can't be bothered to make it perfectly follow that road. And then just going to run straight along here. That's our new district, Barlow Ridge. Right, for all districts, it's best to put parking fee. We're going to be nice to them. It's low density. We're going to make it 15. I like speed bumps as well, and I like recycling. Have we done the policies here? I think we have. Yeah, 40 for the parking there. Yeah. So we should set up the tram routes now. So we will have some buses going down here as well, but I feel like trams are going to be the core of the transportation network through this area. We're not going to have like metro or trains or anything. It's too low density for that. We're just going to make them rely on trams and buses. But we'll make sure the trams and buses connect up to the metro, the trains, whatever. So we can just go up here, and that's about it. So we have 2 tram routes. We are going to extend both of them down to the end here, and then we're going to extend the other one there we go, tramline 2, we need to grab that. There we go. There we go. Let's just add all the stops. It's just going to be incredibly difficult. Can I grab tramline 4, please? There we go. Got it. And we're going to have to do this at every stop. Tramline 2. Tramline 4. Tramline 2. We could just like make one of the lines invisible, go along doing the other one, and then switch it, but I can't be bothered with that. Oops, what's running through there? Tramline 4 seems to not have a stop there. Tramline 4. Something is wrong. I've messed something up at some point. There we go, that looks better. Right. So. We could have like some stops which only one line serves, but that's a bit weird, so we're not going to do that. There we go, that's that one. And then this stop here. Luckily there aren't too many stops. So tramline 2 and tramline 4. There we go, then this stop, then we get onto the road section. So 2, as far as I'm aware, 2 stops and 4 doesn't. There we go, we grabbed 4. Once again, we need to grab 4 and make it stop there. Right. Next up, this one. We got 2 to stop. We need to grab number 4. This is very intricate work. We can make, there we go, tramline 4. And on this side, we need to get both of them to go as well. There we go. And this one. Let's just deselect that because I feel like I'm not actually entirely sure which side I selected there. Yeah, I keep selecting the wrong side. Can we select tramline 4? No, that's tramline 2. That's tramline 4. And then there we go, tramline 4 is there, there we go. And it turns there are only 2 stops left to do this on. Right, good. Because this is boring. And then we can do it the other side. And then there we go, right. And then oh no, we need to do it here as well, don't we? Because we remove the stops here. There we go. There we go, and last one, line 4, there we go. Right, that's the tram lines updated, and we will need a hell of a lot more trams for that, but we'll get onto that. And bus routes here. So there are currently bus routes that kind of do, there's a bus route that comes down to this place here. We want that to continue. We want bus routes to kind of more cut across the tram line, so they're not kind of colliding. We're going to make that. Actually, we could do another bus route that just starts on that loop. Or actually, starts here. If we just put a stop here. And then, yeah. Actually put a stop there. It's going to go like that, and then start the metro station, yeah, and it's going to end. Stop here, and then it's going to turn around, do a stop there. There we go. So that's kind of near the tram line now. There's a bus route that goes down this road here, which we are going to continue. That's going to come down to this point here. And then it's going to do something from here. We'll probably extend that. If we build a bridge there, we'll extend it over the bridge. There we go. Let's just do the same thing with this one. And this one, we're going to make this one go down here. And then cut across for a bit. And then go down. And then go down to there. And then do a stop here to turn around. Right, so that's bus routes we need to update. So this one is going to finish there. It's going to make a stop there. And a stop there. So I'm going to come up this road here. It's got to stop there as well. And then it's going to turn there. It's then going to turn there, and then it's going to do stops here as well. So at the moment we're just setting up the public transport. It occurs to me what we should actually do is... No, I'm not going to put the zoning in yet. We haven't got like services and whatever. I was going to say get the zoning in, then sort everything out while it's building in. But also it's low density, it'll zone in pretty quickly. So this one just literally just runs down this road until it gets to the end of it, and then turns around and goes back again. This one here does exactly the same thing, but just on this road instead. There we go. Okay, then our last route will start at this stop here. So I'm going to run along to... I know, it's this side of the road, isn't it? Right, and then it's going to run down this road here. Go across the tram line, and then it just goes into this stop here, does a U-turn. Not quite a U-turn, but whatever, turns around, goes back. We might quite possibly need more buses for all these routes as well. So that stops there, and then stops by the metro station. Right, so we've only actually got one new bus route and 0 new tram routes. We don't actually have to do all the modifications, but we will need more vehicles probably. So, services. I like the UK style. We might do some more UK style stuff in this area. So, medical clinic there, and there. Hospital somewhere in this area. That fits nicely there. Right, firehouse there, fire station here. I kind of want one of each big service building in the entire area, but mostly we'll be doing the smaller ones because it is kind of lower density. Where can this fit in? This might be our next challenge. Yeah, where does this fit? Okay, maybe we'll just go for the UK fire station in here. Right, police, UK police station, why not? One there, police headquarters, that's massive. City police station, there we go, that's what we can build here. And garbage. In theory, we don't have enough processing power anymore. I'll get back to that. UK urban primary school. I'm hesitant to leave. This area here will actually do more industrial, I think. We will need some UK. I'm going to do UK urban primary schools mostly. Might do a suburban one here. And another UK urban one here. Maybe here. Right. I do like the UK secondary school, but it is huge. So we might just go for standard high school is also big. City high school isn't actually too bad. It's not too big and imposing. So we get 1, 2, 3, 4 maybe. So we also do need more capacity for all this stuff generally. Right. What else? Death care. We're actually fine at the moment, though I will put in a UK parish church here, a UK parish church here, and then an extra crematorium here and here, though I can't bother to put any of the upgrades on them at the moment. Parks, we always love our parks. We want the big ones, so they actually provide a decent area. Do you want a water park by the... Yeah, we definitely want a water park somewhere down here. Large sports parks, a community pool, that's kind of fitting in the area. Basketball centre, why not? A skate park. A... whatever that is. Let's get another one of those. Dog activity park. There are lots of new ones from whatever the recent update is that I didn't bother to pay attention to. So, let's get a hedge park. And yeah, that will do. So, communications next. We're going to get several post offices in here. We don't have enough capacity at the moment, even though they're not complaining about it, but because I think we're still a +7 for reliable mail service. Yeah, we want more post offices, and communications we want. And server farms are usually the best. Telecom tower's not going to do anything because we're so low down. Radio mast ain't going to do a lot either, but it could do a little bit. Let's put a radio mast right next to the water park. Maybe one here. That won't do much because there's a lot of demand in this area. We do kind of just need server farms, don't we? Let's just do a few radio masts. Telecom tower towers only work on high land. There isn't any around here. If we want the server farm, we're going to need to delete something. So there we go. That road's going to get cut off, even though it's like one of our main 3 routes. And we still can't build this. Oh no, we can build it there. Let's just bring it into there, and then do a road up the back here and up the back here. There we go. It hasn't got vehicle access there. Let's just put in a little road there. There we go. And then that can have the upgrades, and hopefully communications in this area will be brilliant. So, what you've all been waiting for, zoning. So, waterfront housing, definitely. We might have to push out the land a bit when they do this, but this road here is going to be waterfront housing, at least for the most part. At least as far as like here, I think. Because that's where we're going to start to do industrial, because the wind blows out that way, and we just need more industrial, because the unemployment's not too bad at the moment, but we are, I know, 7.9%. Okay, don't mind what I just said there. It is quite bad. So, shopping. We are actually going to do a little bit of high density just within this little pocket here. And then a bit more low density up here. Just want some shopping pockets. Whatever that means. Let's do one up that road there. There we go. And we want a shopping pocket. Maybe somewhere like here. Yeah, let's just do. We need the jobs anyway, so I'm not worried about too much commercial. And we're kind of getting into industrial. Where's our boundary going to be? I mean, commercial is a reasonable boundary. Okay. I think I'm setting up right now the boundary between residential and industrial. Right. Actually, no, we're going to use low density offices along this road here. And then that will just, I mean, it kind of goes down into industrial there anyway, but yeah, let's just do this. Right. And the rest of this area here is just industrial. Right, so could do like what, just a fill. Actually, no, I won't do the fill thing because it can override, can't it? I don't want to override anything that's already placed in. Because in Cities Skylines 1, you could just do the fill thing. So do basically every other zonable thing in this area. Do it. This, you can't in this game. So I'm just going to spam the mouse clicks. Oops, that should be commercial. I forgot we were going into that area, right? And they're not too far away from Cargo Harbour as well, with this industrial area. Not too far away from the highway either. And then I'm actually going to put play mode on at this point, even while I'm zoning. So that's industrial. And then we might do a little bit of UK medium density around here. It's mostly going to be standard low density, waterfront low density, UK low density. So let's just do a little bit of high density there, 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 there. We might as well go down to here at this point. And then I think that detached is the real kind of low density. We might do a bit of UK mixed housing along here. Whoops, that was supposed to be commercial. UK mixed housing just along this bit's going to be the boundary, as it kind of steps down with density levels. Maybe not there, maybe just low density commercial there, right. And then we're going to go into, no, we're not going to go into standard low density, we're going to go into UK detached housing. Proper suburbs, these. Let's put play mode back on, I'm not sure why I paused it. I keep pausing it for no reason. We don't need it paused, we can just have everything built in and then create a massive traffic jam to add to our existing massive traffic jam, and there'll be no problems at all. So yeah, no, this is just going to be a bit of a long thing of just zoning in all of this. But hopefully when it's done, it'll look good. There we go, it's this area here. This area here, right. And this bit here. Be easier when we get to the grids. Because they are easier to zone in one bit. Right. Maybe for the grids we'll do standard low density housing rather than UK low density. Just to give a bit more variety. So yeah, beyond this road, I think this road will be the boundary. Right there, right. Right, so we have no demand whatsoever for anything now. That is funny, I like that. Because we're just zoning in a load of low density residential, commercial, industrial and offices which did have demand, and then we don't have any demand really for higher density residential anyway. Right, so beyond on this side we're then going to go into just standard low density homes from the default game, whatever, and we can just fill up the grids. Apart from that one because it's a bit weird, but yeah. So you might just do a bit of commercial there, right. And now to let that build in, because that's going to take a while. And hopefully... Unemployment's just gone right down again. Homeless, 3 homeless, 2 homeless, that's good. But yeah. Hopefully that's not too bad. Yeah, unemployment. We've got more jobs than employed, but that just also shows us that we don't have enough jobs. For, I think generally it's the lower educated that are having trouble finding jobs. And actually there aren't that many jobs spare. And that says employees 138,000. I don't really know what's happening. It's yeah, there seems to be a discrepancy in the figures, right? Ooh, okay. This new road has been diverting traffic. It's just been diverting a little bit too much traffic. Right, garbage. I was going to sort out garbage. What can't be accessed? No pedestrian access, whatever. Garbage, garbage, garbage. Generally using recycling centres, and we probably just need more of them. Let's do... no, we could do a recycling centre here. Which could be accessed off this road here. There we go, hang on. Is that... no, it's just gravel, isn't it? Or dirt, should we call it? Pause. Let's just connect that up to there, and then bring that down to there. There we go. Get rid of the traffic lights here. That's garbage truck depot, right. These actually improve the processing capacity, I think. So, yeah, processing speed, yeah, up to 2,000. It's a bit better. Could we do something in this area here? Incineration plant is also quite... I know we can't actually select that. Recycling centre, hang on. If we just got rid of this road. And then got in another recycling centre here. It would actually fit on the roads. Oh, we've got... what's that? City police station, we can move that. And that'll fit in. I mean, that's a bit smaller. There we go. Right, I said I was going to do water treatment, didn't I? Water treatment plant. Right, where are we going to put this? Could do little ones there. Like that does produce stuff. Like even just the default one. Without any extensions. So, yeah, a couple of those will temporarily fix it. We could just do with more water pumping stations, couldn't we? Might just have to extend the road around a bit. So, oh yeah, that'll do. And hopefully. Okay, yeah, no, we're doing better now. So, this is going to take a while to build in, but I think I'll end the episode off here. So, thanks for watching. It probably has been a long one of monologues about building roads, but I think this is going to be a nice area. Yeah, hopefully all these new jobs will bring down unemployment. Yeah, that's massively dropped, because these industrial jobs are generally for lower skilled people, and in fact the open positions are for the more skilled ones. I think commercial does the same, I'm pretty sure. Like these general commercial ones, yeah, a lot of uneducated people employed in these, and that's what's really bringing down our unemployment. It's not, I mean, offices are good, but we can't do it entirely off offices. Yeah, thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next episode. Goodbye.